Okay, so this is a video journal slash video learning log of what I have learned thus far in Unit 1 of my government class at the Miami Valley School. So, not only will I be talking about stuff we've learned, but what I have taken from this. So, let's begin. So, as we were studying, one of the first things we studied at the beginning of the year was the founding fathers, the philosophies that the founding fathers studied. So this would range from Aristotle to John Locke to Hobbes to Machiavelli. And there's an obvious usefulness to studying all these people's thoughts and ideas. You learn a lot about human nature and society and the ways they functioned within their contexts. But as I was reading this, in my textbook, I asked myself the question, well, what else does this do? What else can the founding fathers get from studying these philosophies? Well, what I got from it was that the founding fathers, it was possible that by studying these philosophies, they were cultivating a greater sense of self awareness and awareness in general. And self awareness is just a fantastic uh, characteristic for their circumstances. I mean, when you think about it, because they're in a new context, new government, they don't know what's around the corner. So, what else could be more beneficial other than being aware of of your surroundings, and responsive to those? So, it is this awareness of their people and the culture of early United States that brought the fathers to realize that their people believed that their security and liberty was based upon their property ownership. And they had the sensitivity to realize that these people firmly believed that their property was a fundamental uh, component to the new American experience, the cultivating American experience. Um, so if the people believe that government should protect their life liberties and their pursuit of happiness, who would vote then? That was the question. Who would decide, who would regulate this? Well, property owners. So at first you think, okay, well, oh, like, that's not including everyone. That's bad. The majority of voters were white male property owners. But if you believe that the government was there to protect your liberty and that your liberties stemmed from your ability to own property, and this is truly what the people of the time believed, well, then who else would vote other than property owners? It just made sense. I'm not deeming it as good or better, but it was just the reality of the time. So, moving on, another part of life there that the founding fathers were sensitive to was the fact that they would die if they didn't work together. I mean, this is an obvious one that if in the wilderness, an undeveloped country and an unknown country, that if they didn't work together or more or less come together in some sort of way, without each other, they would die. And this led to the establishment of a very pragmatic government. We had the majority wins, and it's very unfortunate to be the minority in this situation. But if you're going to survive, the founding fathers realized this is what must be done. So, connecting this to my own experience, well, how on earth does a small independent day school in central Ohio have anything to do with the circumstances and the leadership exhibited by the founding fathers in pre-colonial America? Like, there seems to be no connections. Well, although my community that I'm in, although we're not in dire circumstances, we're very well off and we're very lucky and we have great things going on. I think it is possible that we may overestimate how far a rugged sense of individualism will take us. Um, it's possible that we've reached the tipping point of self celebration and not self awareness. So I think the individualism and the lack of self-awareness tie hand in hand. And that although it's great to want to be able to do things alone, maybe we can take a lesson from the founding fathers and realize, well, we can't really. um, because we'd like to think that we could. But maybe if we stop and think for a second, well, maybe it's possible that our individualism will only take us so far. I mean, and we can get pretty far in this days and age. But the only thing I offer to you is that maybe it's just time to increase our self awareness a little bit. So, this is my video. I hope you liked it, and thank you for watching.